What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at MicroStrategy and Bitcoin together. As we said before, we could see a move down that was short-lived, that it would be a wick on the weekly chart. And when you're looking here, you can see Bitcoin was able to move up pretty quickly because when you look to the left, there's not much traffic when you look here. There's not a lot of wicks. It's just a smooth way down. So when there's a smooth way down, on the way up, it's usually pretty smooth. And now it looks like we're back to this trend line that we drew out previously. And now we're getting a little push down. We'll see if we get enough momentum, we can break above. If we can hold a close tonight, and maybe we get a retest and push higher. That would be the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, this continues to act as resistance on the way down, and we end up chopping around in here and then continuing down. Looking here on the 4-hour, these levels played out pretty well. Bouncing, and now it's resistance. We broke above it, support, we broke above it. So let's see if we can hold this zone that we have drawn out here. That'd be nice. I'm going to delete these. And now when we take a look on the weekly, we can draw a trend line from down here. And maybe this is where we're at. Maybe we just pushed down below this trend line that we had. We've already tested it multiple times. Maybe it was a washout. We close back above, and then we continue riding up. That would be nice. But we'll see how that turns out. We're also going to be looking at the Bollinger Bands. So with the Bollinger Bands, Bitcoin normally holds around this blue line. And when it gets excited and starts pumping up, getting good volume, it starts pushing to this red top line of the Bollinger Band. Now, on the downside, sometimes we get touches, but every time we get a touch, it tends to rally up after or move sideways. So I'm going to give you some examples, and we're going to just run through every time that it touched the bottom. So we touched the bottom here, rallied up. Hug the blue line, We touch here. We had a push up, a decent size move. It doesn't look too big on the log scale, but that's a 45% move. So we move sideways, we continue on down. We touch, we move sideways, then we rally up, touch it, kind of get a little pump, move sideways, touch it again, get a pump, back down, touch it again, and we're right back up again. Touch it here, move on up. And you can see as every time that it touches, almost every time, I won't say every time, almost every time that it touches it, it tends to move on up after. Not immediately, but the following weeks. Because remember, these are weekly candles, so this could be a month out, 2 months out, or it could be next week. So every time it touches, you can see those moves. And now, we didn't quite touch it, but we got very close here. It's close enough, in my opinion. I do think that should have been the bottom. I think that was a shakeout to get any weak hands out of Bitcoin to allow the big dogs to purchase anybody's shares that were sold. They're going to just buy up as much Bitcoin as possible. With Bitcoin moving up so much today, as you can see from the close, we close about here. So if you go to measure that, Bitcoin's currently up about 10 or 11% from the close on Friday to now. So in terms of MicroStrategy, that could potentially be a massive opening. Hopefully we open up much higher. It can open up 20% up, 30% up. It can get crazy. So let's see what we get on Monday. We also have the unemployment rate on Friday. So we'll see how that comes out. If that comes out better than expected or right at expectations, that could allow Bitcoin to continue rallying up and get that move up that we're anticipating. If it goes bad, then we can continue to push on down, and maybe it could end the cycle early. But more than likely, that's not the case. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoy this content, like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Give me your opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.